Welcome to Through the Drama. Chris Harrison and Lauren Zima with you on this Monday. Hope everybody's off to a great week and hope everybody had a great weekend. LZ, we did. We got a lot to cover today.
So much. We'll give you a little tease here. Miley Cyrus bullied into singing by her fans. This is a wild moment. Is Jennifer Lopez's career back on track after Ben Affleck? A big question with her new movie trailer that's getting Oscar buzz. Also, a new cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and it's someone you've heard of. And what celebrity mailed someone animal feces? Yes, we're going to get into all that. And we're actually going to wade a little bit into the political world today, talking the drama between our president and his former best friend. A lot to get to.
Also, the Tonys were last night. Did you know? We will discuss that. Speaking of the theater, we spent a little time in the theater this weekend.
We love going to the movies together. God, I wish that, we talk about the theater business all the time, but I just love a movie date. So we went we're a little belated, went to see Sinners. Although Sinners is still, it's just now set. So the movie Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler, starring Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, is now already on, not already, it's now on streaming, but it's actually still in theaters, and it's about to break a record set by the movie Gravity with George Clooney and Sandra Bullock years ago. So this is one of those movies that in an old school way is like still happening at the theaters, which made me happy because I loved seeing it in the theater.
Still in the top 10. It came in at number 9 in the box office list this week. It's upwards of $358 million worldwide is what it's earned. So it is the first movie kind of post-pandemic that's had this elongated run where they've left it in. It's done very well. It didn't go straight to streaming right away. And so it's...
The model still works.
Yeah, the model still works, which, by the way, you know what? I just got to give one quick shout out. Lilo and Stitch is going to be the first billion-dollar movie this year. Lilo, did you have that on your bingo card?
Lilo and Stitch still works. A lot of millennials saw and loved that movie, and I missed it. So I'm so out of the Lilo Stitch thing. But I got to say, if you have not seen Sinners, go see that movie. We loved it. It is so unexpected in that it covers so many different genres. Like, it has original songs. It's kind of a horror movie. It's a think piece. It's a historical piece. And the acting is incredible. I loved it. Go see it in the theater.
The only thing I'll say is don't let the horror movie thing scare you away.
Yeah.
Pun intended, because we're not the biggest horror movie fans. And it's not.
It's not.
Don't let that worry you. It's actually a great story, great movie. Michael B. Jordan crushed it, as he always does.
To me, a great movie entertains you and makes you think. And that movie did it. And I don't want to give anything away. But we also saw The Life of Chuck,
which has a little personal connection to us because we're best friends with Stephen King. No, we're not.
Weirdly from a horror movie writer, but also not a horror movie.
Yeah, don't let that scare you away either, because it is a very uplifting, inspirational movie from a Stephen King short story, which is wild. Mike Flanagan directed it, but we have a personal connection because a very good friend of ours, Elon Gale and Molly Quinn, are executive producers. Elon, very good friend of mine from many years of hosting, was executive producer on The Bachelor. And I worked with
the
him.
episodes Elon.
Yes, he actually was on camera quite a bit. But anyway, Elon and Molly are both in the movie. They have bit parts, but they were executive producers. So we went to support them. It's only in 16 theaters, so you got to find out if it's in your city. But it did a few $100,000. It sold out here in Austin. And it was the best quote I heard about it was, it's a modern day, It's a Wonderful Life.
Uplifting, makes you think, might make you cry.
But congratulations to them. We just wanted to go support them. Life of Chuck. If it's in your city, go check it out.
A couple good movies to check out if you haven't. All right, now to real life that is playing out as if scripted. So we don't always wade into politics, but when politics comes to us, tell us what you got a few DMs about.
So I don't know if you guys heard about this Donald Trump, Elon Musk tussle, love quarrel, feud, breakup, however you want to describe it. And somebody had direct messaged the show. You can follow us at Through the Drama on Instagram. And they said, Chris, we need you. We need you to sit down with Trump and Musk. Put them in the hot seat. And
host
talk to
this
them.
Reunion.
Yeah, a la Bachelor, reunion shows where I got everybody together. And I would extend an olive branch and create bridges and bring people together. So I actually love this idea. And the thing that kept us up last night and made us laugh about this is the reality TV-esque version of all this is very funny.
I mean, ever since Trump has become a political figure, I always tell people, I'm like, I guess I just look at, he was on reality TV, and that's kind of the way our president operates a lot of the time. Like, he does teases. He does TV teases in his debates. He does, like, you know, he has that strong entertainment value, give you a quote thing that make people sit up and listen. Maybe my favorite tweet about the whole thing was this information from a reporter. She said, Rachel Scott, reporter, President Trump is considering either giving away or selling the red Tesla he purchased to support Elon Musk, a senior administration official confirms. Thinking about selling the car. Let's bring up the New York Post cover, because this totally speaks to the Bachelor world. The exes, the breakup energy. You did after the final rose. This could have been after the final blows. So after the final bros?
After the final bros, that's better. So look, I'm just going to direct message Dr. Phil here and just say, Dr. Phil, Merit TV, a 1-hour special. Look, Dr. Phil has interviewed both of these gentlemen. He said, he has, I'm guessing he probably has their cell numbers. Let's text the guys. I would like to host a 1-hour kind of reunion special. Let's get Trump. Let's get Musk. Let's see if we can bring these two bros back together.
At this point, so if you missed it, Elon apparently, well, he tweeted a lot of bad things about Trump, including claims that the Epstein files haven't been released because Trump is in them. He's now deleted everything. Our president said, Elon was should be careful with what he's doing and saying. It's a lot.
Speaking of a lot, fans gave Miley Cyrus a lot to handle. And Dakota Johnson sent a lot of something to a friend's ex. We'll tell you what that is when we come back.
Welcome back, everybody. Through the drama here with some drama for my girl, Miley Cyrus. I am such a Miley fan, and I am not a fan of what the other fans just did. So Miley is at the premiere of her new movie that accompanies her new album, Something Beautiful, premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival in New York. Let's note that. Film festival, okay? Right. Film festival. Because Miley, who is a singer, is in a movie, and she goes to her movie premiere and does a Q&A. Fans start screaming at her.
Heckling her.
From the crowd. Yeah. She's in the middle of answering these questions with the director, the producer, and fans start yelling, "We bought tickets to come. We thought this was a concert. Are you even going to sing?"
Yeah, some woman just screamed from the back, "Are you ever even going to sing?" It was
like in the middle of their talk.
So rude. And it was a panel discussion. There's several people on stage. It's the most sterile environment in no way.
There's not a drum kit and a guitar in sight. Nothing is indicating concert here. And it gets to the point where Miley actually gives in and sings The Climb a cappella, and people cheered for that. But
I was bummed she gave in.
Were you?
Yeah.
What would you have done?
And look, I'll tell a story of a bait and switch that I was a part of where I wasn't happy. I was on the flip side of this. So I understand that bait and switch sometimes when celebs will draw you in thinking you're going to one thing and you're not, and they're selling something or doing something else. But in this case, the way she was heckled, I'm worried that it's a sign of the times of this entitlement that we all have of, I demand this, I showed up and I deserve this. I'm a victim somehow, this victimhood that is prevailing in our society. It was so gross. And I'm a little disappointed she gave in. I wish she'd just been like, to heck with you guys. No.
But you know, what a tough position for her, because then if she does that and
then that's the story.
Well, we live in a time also where a quick clip becomes a story. And, you know, it's like without the context, if you just saw, and not everybody goes and searches things out, if you just saw a clip of Miley being like, "I'm not going to sing for you," then she looks bad. And so it's a tough position here. With the context, somebody was yelling, "We paid $800 to be here." And so I think she probably ended up feeling bad. But what did you think you were buying? Right. This was a film premiere with a Q&A. Just because someone's a singer, Miley is, what do you think? She's singing at the grocery store for everybody?
It's in the name.
That's not what she's there for.
The Tribeca Film Festival. Yes. I did go. There was this one time in Hollywood, I went to a Stevie Wonder thing. I was told Stevie Wonder's going to be here tomorrow. He's going to perform. So we went back to this place the next day for lunch. The piano's there, everything's there. Stevie comes out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to sit here and watch Stevie Wonder, one of the greatest artists of all time. He was there promoting somebody else, and he brought someone else on stage. and he never performed. And it was a bait and switch.
Did anybody play the piano?
Yes. And
They got you with the piano.
Yeah, but it was like going to a dinner where someone says, you're going to hear my daughter sing. That's what it was. It was not good. So that was a bait and switch. What happened here with Miley, unbelievably inappropriate, not cool. Those people should be ashamed. Team Miley on this one. I wish she hadn't have sung at all.
Okay, well, we love Miley. The question is, do we all love JLo? Jennifer Lopez has had some ups and downs over the past year with her relationship, divorce with Ben Affleck, and then her documentary that was
the greatest love story never told. Many would call it cringeworthy.
And then she had a concert that was kind of a disaster. She had to cancel some of her dates. Her ticket sales for that tour weren't good. But now JLo is coming back with a trailer for her new musical movie, Kiss of the Spider Woman. Here's a clip from the trailer.
Good advice. You've got to learn how not to be where you are. The more
So getting kind of some Oscar buzz already. People are wondering, is this going to be an awards moment for JLo? I think she needs it.
Well, yeah, you mentioned last May her concert tour for This Is Me was canceled. That was after the cringeworthy documentary and things, just one misstep after the other. You brought up something interesting yesterday about that people really do show up for JLo in the theater, and that do you think this could be her kind of step back?
Well, I was actually a little shocked by how poorly her concert ticket sales went, because I do think JLo has a huge fandom and she's an iconic star of the last 20, 30 years. But what I've seen reports on is when she has a movie on Netflix, it
does
is
well.
One of the top movies, and maybe people like her more as an actress. I think this is the move we'd been waiting for JLo. I think she needs to do this after all the Ben Affleck stuff, after the concert and documentary disaster. She needs to come back and be like, oh no, remember, I'm a legit star. There's a reason I'm here, and there's no better way to do that than by getting an Oscar nomination. And this musical is coming from the guy who did Chicago. It seems to have some good credence to it. Now, when she's singing, I don't think JLo's not Adele, but it's character singing. So maybe it works really well. Yes.
And maybe it allows people to buy JLo without buying JLo. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm not buying a JLo ticket to go to a concert, but I'm going to go see this good movie, and she's good at doing this.
Well, what was JLo's breakthrough moment? The Selena movie.
Made in Manhattan.
And you rom-com lover, you. This is a movie where, again, she's going to be singing and acting, getting back to what really made her. And I think that's a conscious PR move. I think she knows she needs to get back to that. Okay, next up, let me bring up Harry Potter. One of my favorite things to do.
Anytime. Just know anytime we can bring up Harry Potter, we're going to on this show.
This moment maybe speaks to also a sign of the times.
Yes.
Tom Felton, who played Draco Malfoy in all the Harry Potter movies, is going back to the world with a role in The Cursed Child, which is the Harry Potter Broadway show, which you took me to see for my birthday.
And I will say it is fantastic.
We are such fans.
Magical, fantastical, incredible.
So Tom was at the Tonys on Sunday night and gets asked by Variety about the controversy surrounding J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, which I guess you got to ask, but it's like, so Tom's answer I thought was great. Now remember, he got asked specifically about the controversy around J.K. Rowling's views on the transgender community and women's rights. And so he had to answer to that because he got specifically asked about it. And he said, I'm not really that attuned to it. I don't know about that. But he said, I have not seen anything bring the world together more than Potter. She's responsible for that. So I'm incredibly grateful. And I did admire that because to me, that's a bait question. Like, he was being asked to probably, it's like, is he going to take a stand against her? And whatever anybody's views are, I think we all have to have, he's basically saying this woman gave me my whole career, and he's not going to he's just like, I'm grateful for that part of it. I don't have to answer about all things in this moment.
He had a chance to dump on her, which many celebrities would do in that moment. And I really admire the fact that, many things can be true at the same time. And does Tom need to understand everything that JK's doing and agree with everything? No, it doesn't. And I think that we got to get away from that. And that's why, honestly, why I think Austin, Texas is the new Hollywood, is because Austin has gotten away from that. And that when you come here, no one's asking, what do you stand for? Who'd you vote for? What do you like? You don't need to give this resume of your entire life story. It's like, are you creative? Are you good at what you do? Do you want to work together? Yeah, let's work together. And I think that has been lost in this creative community. And it's why people have moved out of LA. It's why people have moved out of New York.
I just don't like, I mean, listen, we can disagree on things and still work together for sure. I mean, you can disagree on things and be friends. You definitely,
Heaven forbid.
Well, we all should be able to, like, you're not going to agree with everybody you work with. Those aren't even your friends and family. So that's interesting. And go see The Cursed Child. It's an excellent show. I might be flying.
I respect what he said, and Variety, I disagree. I don't think they have to ask a question, but it's a total, but that's just someone who's been asked those questions for 20 years.
And as someone who was told at my job what to ask, I know that the boss is in the back is saying, you got to ask about this. Okay, last up, back to reality TV. A new cast member for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Rachel Zoe, who once had her own show on Bravo, announced she's going back to Bravo. She is going to join the cast. Garcelle Beauvais, who left she's essentially taking her spot. Yeah. She left the show on her own after a good run. What do you think? Do you know Rachel at all?
I honestly, as you say, full transparency, I had to Google who she was. She's a celebrity stylist and designer.
I'm shocked because she was kind of big years ago.
Yeah, she has the Rachel Zoe Project.
That was her show on Bravo.
Yeah.
Okay, I think she's going to be great. Since you don't know anything, I'll take this one. She kind of knows these women. She has a lot of history in Beverly Hills. I'll be honest, I got an email asking about casting for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I got an email, hi, Lauren, we'd like to talk to you, but we no longer live in LA. So I think Rachel Zoe is a better cast member than I would have been. She knows these women personally. I'd only ever interviewed them. So I'm very excited for Rachel. And when we come back...
Don't cross Dakota Johnson. You do not want to cross this woman. We'll tell you why next. Welcome back to Through the Drama. We're going to end this with kind of a smelly story today. Dakota Johnson, who's kind of the it actress right now. Her and Sydney Sweeney are kind of booking every job. She was put under a lie detector test.
Yeah, Vanity Fair does this YouTube series where they do lie detector tests.
Pretty brilliant, by the way. But she admitted to the fact that she sent a gallon of gorilla poop to an ex of a friend. She was sticking up for a friend, and she sent that ex a gallon.
Well, when we say she admitted, they must have known to ask her about this. They had to have been fed this question because how else would you possibly know that?
Not a random question you ask a lot of people.
Yeah, have you ever sent gorilla poop to anyone? But I have so many follow-up questions. Dakota says, yes, you can, like she answers, yes, you can do that. You can buy anything. And
she said you can order any kind, any size.
I tried to find it. I genuinely did. The journalist and me had to investigate this. I couldn't find an ability to purchase gorilla poop online.
Again, this show has ruined my search history. If someone's just going to look in my computer and be like, what did he just Google? So you can go, I guess we'll promote this company, poopsenders.com.
Is this real?
Yes. You can order cow, elephant, gorilla. For $44.95, there's a combo pack.
How many poops do you get?
I don't know, but there's a combo pack you can order.
How many different animals?
And so, but then it also gave like a top 10 list of reasons why you should do this, why you should send it. And it was like a disgruntled employee, a teacher gives you a bad grade or rips on your kid, a neighbor. And I'm like, I don't know if they need the top 10 list of reasons why.
Did you have an old boss who did something like this once?
Yes. He threw stuff over the fence at a neighbor's house. Yes. He didn't order it. I think it was just from his dog. But
I thought you were going to say from him. So I guess
yes, exactly. But yeah, so Dakota Johnson, A, don't cross her, but
creative. Creative is a friend.
Dark.
Listen, it would just never occur to me. Let me send poop to someone, especially gorilla.
Good. I'm glad to know that.
But hey, we know she's a girl's girl.
LZ, the Tony Awards were last night. Did anybody know? They were on CBS last night, and they actually brought in a lot of stars. But you and I, who actually love the theater,
I didn't know. I don't know why I didn't know, but hey, we're here to tell you and report to you on the entertainment news of the world. So we were like, should we discuss the Tonys? And then we were kind of laying and laughing about it in bed this morning of like, because you fall asleep earlier than me every night. And I stayed up and I'm checking my Twitter, looking at like things to talk about on the show. And I go, oh, the Tonys were tonight.
It's always been such a niche award ceremony. It's always the smallest and the least kind of publicized.
It's so specific. It's about theater on Broadway in New York, in one city in our country. Now, granted, of course, Broadway news, you know, the amazing musicals and shows that are created on Broadway then go on to tour in the rest of America and like go see theater. I mean, I love theater, but I do think the Tonys can be pretty niche because they're giving awards. I mean, the Oscars struggle enough with people watching the movies. Most of America has not yet seen these shows that are only playing on Broadway.
Cynthia Erivo from Wicked, obviously, she hosted the event, and
I didn't watch, obviously, but from the clips I saw, she did a great job.
Maybe Happy Ending. It won Best Musical. If you're keeping track, it's a love story.
The name is Maybe Happy Ending.
Yeah, Maybe Happy Ending is the name of the musical. It's a love story about two abandoned robots. So there you go. But the
singing robots.
The stars of Succession apparently are dominating Broadway.
Yes, okay. I think this was the takeaway, and Cynthia made a joke about it, saying Broadway is back as long as we don't run out of stars of the show Succession. Sarah Snook won a Tony last night. She plays 26 characters in the show version of the book, The Picture of Dorian Gray. Keanu Reeves was there. I don't know why, but Jonathan Groff danced on top of him, and that was fun. Oprah was there. Like, they had some big stars in the house at the Tonys.
Kieran Culkin, Jeremy Strong, and Peter Freeman, all from Succession.
Nicole Scherzinger won because she's on Sunset Boulevard of the Pussycat Dolls. So I think it was a pretty big night for the Tonys.
Was it?
In comparison to other versions of the Tonys.
It's just funny that these things go on now, and maybe it's just the state of TV and where we are in the world. But I do know this. We're glad you're here. Glad you're joining us on Through the Drama each and every weekday right here on Merit, or listening to us wherever your favorite podcasts are found. And we will do this again tomorrow because we have a lot more drama to get through.
Thanks, everybody. We won't ever send you gorilla stuff. Bye.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. My network, Merit TV, has it all.
Now, let me blow your mind.
Merit TV's got the news that matters.
The selection of a new pope.
Entertainment you crave.
Busted.
Everybody in a good mood today?
And live events.
Surprise.
What am I, chopped liver?
With serious punch.
Big shot.
Go to merittv.com and download the Merit TV app today.